All I wanna do is have a chance with the team. Coach put me in, gotta get me a ring. All I wanna do is have a chance with the team. Coach put me in. Okay, King Saul conquered. Giants getting slaughtered in the name of the Father. Work hard, prosper, giving God all the...
For real, it's time to stop putting barriers in front of yourself. Stop putting yourself in position to fail. Stop doubting yourself. Have a mind of your own. Your parents can't do it for you. Your sisters, brothers, cousins, uncle, nieces, nephews, whoever. Your teachers can't do it for you. You have to want to do it. And I reflected on my own life, and I remember when I had to do it. It wasn't up to my parents no more. It wasn't up to my teachers. It wasn't up to my principals or my friends or my girl or whoever. It was up to me. Like, was I gonna go get it or was I not? So right now, stop putting barriers in front of yourself. Stop beating yourself up. You're looking at somebody who, on this journey of life, got in trouble in elementary school, suspended off the bus, suspended in school, getting in fights outside of school, middle school, getting in fights outside of school, got in a fight in school. Smart kid, didn't apply himself that much. High school, got in one fight. Didn't apply himself a lot. Got kicked off, or technically didn't make the basketball team just due to my grades. That was the only reason. Head coach told me, assistant coach told me, actually the assistant coach, one of my mentors now, it's like, yo, you was on varsity. We had you down, but you just couldn't get right in the classroom. And my head coach was the social studies teacher, in which I would go to sleep in his class. So I'm saying this all to tell you, like, yo, I've been on a journey. I've been kicked out of college. As a freshman, I played 2K to 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, had a 7:15, 7:30 class, no sleep, just in there messing around, freshman seminar, psychology, failed psychology. Sophomore year, I can't get right. I can't get my GPA put above standards. And so they kicked me out of school. I had a 1.33. A 1.33. So they kicked me out of school. So I came back home. And that's why you can't never say never. Because I said I would never go to the school that I said I went to. And when I said that, it's because of the mindset of what we knew people went there for. It wasn't for education. It was because there was last resort, or they didn't have any results or any idea what they wanted to do with their life. I'm there, and God will humble you, so you got to be careful. I was going to one school, got sick, couldn't take the final, you know, trying to make my way back to Johnson Wells, for real, in Charlotte. Trying to make my way back in there. It didn't work out that way. And so I was like, shoot, now I'm going to the school that I said I would never go to. But it was one of the best decisions of my life because I ended up getting a 97 there in accounting, something that I failed in school at Johnson & Wells. Went there, got a 97. And then the school, Johnson & Wells, actually let me back in. So I went back and I graduated. I graduated with 2.33. So we could clap it up for that. You're like, yo, why you clapping? I'm clapping because there was a big milestone for me. When I got kicked out, I was like, yo, I feel like a bum. Like, and it's not about what people thought about me. It's what I thought about myself. I was like, yo, Ty, you better than this. But in those moments, I had the time to go to church and learn about faith and learn about relationship with God and what it truly meant to have a relationship with God. It wasn't about the stuff. It was about the heart. It was about the love that he shows, about the community in which we're supposed to be a part of to help raise disciples. I messed up. I did stuff. I clubbed. I partied a little bit. I wasn't the biggest clubber. I wasn't the biggest partier, but I did go. I participated. Those things, like, kind of messed me up. Now, here's the thing. If you're in college, what I'm going to tell you, like, it's okay to go. It's okay to go. But mind you, when you go, how are you acting? What are you doing? Are you just all over the place, drunk, all this? Or are you just going to have fun, catch a vibe, whatever? But when I say that too, where's your responsibility at? Where's your level of accountability? Do you have a level of accountability? Because if you don't, you're going to fail. I'm telling you, if you're not accountable for your schoolwork, you're going to fail. It's going to be hard. And also, you got to understand, college is fun, but yo, use that time to network, to volunteer, to gain relationships, build relationships, cultivate, however you want to say it. Build those relationships with professors, with outside companies, local professionals. Like, build a relationship with some of your peers. Some of your peers going to have the hottest brand in America, in the world. Some of your friends is going to be millionaires. Some of your friends are going to own business. Some people going to work for some good people, stuff like that. So you better connect. Like, don't be out here just wasting time. Don't waste time, yo. Like, I'm telling you, do not waste time. So just moving forward, it was one of the hardest times I went through, but I went through and I got through it. So I got my undergrad from Johnson & Wales, and then years later, I ended up understanding that, hey, Ty, there's more inside of you. And so whoever's watching this video right now, it's more inside of you than what you know. It's more inside of you than you're allowing yourself to experience because of fear, because of doubt, because you feel like nobody's with you, because you feel like you're already in a hole. Bump that. You can climb out of the hole. It may take longer to get out, but listen, you can get out of the hole. I got out of the hole, and I got a master's degree from North Carolina Central University, 2021. So we can clap it up for that. I got my master's degree, something I never thought I would ever have. Mind you, I just told you in high school I messed around. I got a band scholarship, but I didn't want to go to college to march in the band, even though I love music. I had 4 rides. I had 4 ride band scholarships, for real, to whatever university I wanted to go to that I told my band director I was interested in. I got all of them, hands down. But I settled. I settled with my education. A 2.88, it was cool. I got into schools like Wake Forest or whatever, but at the end of the day, that 2.88 wasn't who I was. That 1.33 wasn't who I was. That 2.33 that I graduated with my undergrad in isn't who I was. And also, to be technical, the 3.33 that I received in my master's program is not who I was or who I am. I'm smarter than that. I could have had a 3.5 or higher, but guess what? I still allowed myself to slip even in the master's program. Yo, somewhere along the line, I missed an assignment or something, because that could have been an A, and I could have made a 3.5 and been cum laude or something. So, I mean, we miss out on opportunities, but what I'm telling y'all today is stop creating barriers for yourselves, because now we got to take accountability for our actions and what we do. If you're in middle school, high school, it's the same rules applied. You have to take accountability for yourselves. And I know some of y'all in middle school going through, oh, it's hard. Teachers can't teach. All these excuses where if they can't teach, why don't you put in extra work to learn? Why don't you try to learn more? Why don't you create a study group at school or something? Why not go see a tutor or whatever you can do to help better yourself in that class? And stop blaming the teacher. Yeah, that's one problem, but still, at the end of the day, yo, it's still on you. High school, yo, fashion world, everybody want to be in relationships, people want to be athletes. That's all y'all want to do. But then when it comes down to schoolwork, it's like you ain't putting in that same effort. Y'all got to change the game. So much going on out here. We talking NIL deals. We talking about all this stuff that you have to read and apply knowledge to. You have to read your contract. You should know your contract. You should know your agreement, even with your coaches and the scholarship offers that you have, the academic scholarship offers, like everything you should be able to read and comprehend and know what am I getting myself into. Stop creating barriers for yourself. Start taking accountability for your actions. Start taking accountability for your life. Listen, I'm from Durham, and people know what Durham was like. And I love my city. Durham has got a lot better, but it's still a lot going on as well. And listen, I grew up in East Durham, and if you know East Durham, you know you got Bloods, Crips, Folk, you got YGs around there. You also got Brown Pride, Latin King, MS-13. Like, it used to be heavy in Durham. It used to be crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? But you can't allow your environment to dictate what you're going to do. You got to be stronger. And some of those people are smart. I know some of them today. Some of them, man, listen, I have seen and heard, you know, people in these environments, man, like, some of them, like, they settle. And I want to pray for y'all. Like, I settled. So I'm just like y'all. Like, we got to do better, man. And it's more for us. Stop letting people decide how far you can go. Stop letting people decide that, oh, you can only get here and that's it. Because if I'm honest with you, this same person who a police officer told me when I was in 3rd grade that I was going to be a statistic because of how my behavior was, because I was getting in trouble, and thank God for Miss Stroud. My mom told one of my assistant principals, like, she had permission to whoop me as if she was my mom. And like, yo, like, it was cool. Like at that point, I was like, yo, like Ty, you gotta. I was the kid that was in class talking or getting in trouble and being like, I would not talk 300 lines, and people used to be like, yo, Ty, you write so small. It's because I used to have to write 300 words before recess, before we did anything, before I got out of timeout. I had to write 300 words on a piece of paper, and I remember I used to line it up. I used to have two columns. I would not talk. Matter of fact, it used to be three almost. I would not talk. I would not talk. I would not talk. Flip it over. I would not talk. I would not talk. I would not talk. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know. So that was my situation. So that's why I write small sometimes. Because I was used to that. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is like, yo, we got to be more accountable. We got to be more accountable. If I wasn't accountable for myself after that or try to get better, like, yo, it could have got bad for me. It could have got real bad. And I go more into my personal life on the next vlog. But like right now, I just want y'all to know, like, y'all are loved. I'm with y'all. Education is important. Let's step it up. Even if you're my age or older or whatever, like, yo, still more. Life ain't done. When you wake up, each and every day you have new grace, new mercy. You're supposed to have a new mind. You're supposed to transform your mind and have a new thought process. You're supposed to become a new creature as well when you give your life to God. If you're in that transition as well, and you've probably been praying to God, like, God, I want to believe in you, but I don't know. Listen, I've been there before as well. And then one of the best decisions and the greatest decisions I ever made was to give my life to God, to give my life to Christ. We're going to be raw, real, and honest about it. The best decision I ever made in my life was to give my life to Christ. And yeah, it didn't come with, oh, you're going to make a lot of money, you're going to make this. It came with a heart posture. It came with a mindset shift. Yeah, I still made mistakes. I did things I probably shouldn't have did and stuff like that. But I have a loving Savior, somebody who care about me, who care about you, if you let them. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to receive, just like you got to be willing to do that work. You got to be willing to go to tutoring. I'm not going to tell you about stuff that I haven't done. I went to tutoring. As a college kid, I went to tutoring. I went in there, had my little tutor. Oh, okay, you understand that. Cool. You good. So I went through that as well. So I'm not telling you to do something I never did. I'm telling you things that I did. And so listen, on this channel, man, we're going to be raw. We're going to be real. And I hope I help y'all today. So for my college kids, yo, keep pushing. Don't let them parties get to y'all, man, for real. Like, I'm telling you, don't let the parties, homecoming, alcohol, drugs, all that. Listen, matter of fact, like, yo, you don't even have to do that stuff for real to still have a good time in college. But I know it's an experience. And like I said, I'll be honest and real. I've done it before. But at the end of the day, man, like, let's get better. And I'm here for you. So if you need to contact me, y'all see how to contact me right here. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Leave something inspirational. Tell me something about yourself that you feel like you're struggling with. And let's see how we can get over it. Let's see how we can overcome. And I'm sorry if I don't get to all the comments, but at the end of the day, I'm still here for you all. So I'm going to try my best to get through to all the comments when you all leave them. Because I want to see, what are you all doing? What do you want to become? Like, I want to see it. So whether I like it, hard it, leave a comment, just know I rock with y'all. And like, we're going to be okay. So for my kids, middle school, high school, college career students, like, understand this. There's more for you. And for my college kids, make sure y'all start networking, man. Make sure you start networking right now. If you're a freshman, perfect. If you're an incoming freshman, perfect. Start connecting with people in your community, local, business people, whatever. Like I said, I can't emphasize that enough. Start networking. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna get off after this. But one of my greatest moments when I was in school was to be invited to the front office of an NBA team. I was invited through the assistant GM. How many people ever been in the NBA front office? Like, actually go to the executive suite and sit like you on 2K in the GM office outside of working for the team. It's a small percentage of people. But I had the opportunity because I stepped out on faith. I treated them like they should be treated. But I also opened my mouth. If I was scared to open up my mouth, I would have never had the opportunity. But I'm thankful for the person who gave me encouragement to do it. I'm so thankful. She knows who she is. And I thank you. I salute you. I thank you. I give you a heart too. Thank you, for real. But you don't get opportunities like that being scared and not trying to prepare yourself for the future. Remember that.
I've learned to survive conditions with a paperback equipment. Never knew a great love until I learned what he had given. I saw where it was written, gave his life, served my sentence. So you see why I'm in this. I'll be with you in a minute. This isn't my home. Dog, I'm only here to visit. When this life of mine is finished, I'll be with them for a minute. Not to mention on the mission, great commission, felt conviction. I've been called to make disciples. Let my neighbor be a witness, bear witness. He raised me up when I was living in the trenches. I retired from running with the bull. Scottie Pippen since high school was labeled as a misfit. Peter Griffin in some skinny jeans, see buddy never fit in. I thought some new kicks, a new fit would hide the blemishes. Look inside my eyes, you knew the pressure was imminent. I was sick of it, loneliness and distance, questioning my purpose. I was itching for significance.